So I'm going to skip now. I'm going to skip through Cartwright Sheldon's 34 years. And suddenly, one afternoon, we were called together, and that's it. Fortunately, I'd done a lot of work with the training board, just as a company representative, and got to know the management Arnolds very well. So as soon as I was made redundant, they wanted me, because they had a young lady designing there who came from the Scottish woolen industry, and the poor girl was really struggling. Now I knew that all the designers, because we had the Macclesfield Textile Designers Association, and I was secretary forever because nobody else wanted to do it. So I had to negotiate with the employers. Yeah, anyway, that was not the story. So I got to know her and I thought, this is going to be difficult, going in as head designer, and she's the only one there. So I took her out for lunch and I explained I could teach her a lot if she'd just bear with me. So we got on very well, no trouble. This is all from memory. I'm skipping back to Cartwright Sheldon. We eventually employed 2 other apprentices, and so that built the design force up. They were all taught to do both. So I went to Arnolds, but not before I went to see Duncan and family in South Africa, because you were working over there,
Yeah.
weren't you? So went to South Africa, and then I started. And that carried on. They were not quite the same quality, but gradually built it up. And they just let me do whatever I wanted, really. And it was during that period, Caleb Newington, who was a company secretary, was quite involved with the training board. Eventually I was invited on to the committee of the North Midlands Region of the Cotton and Allied Industries Training Board. Quite a mouthful. And just as another diversion, I was eventually became chairman of that region. That was all very interesting. All things I'd never even thought about, never planned. So after 12 years there, we were caught, here we go again, called together one Friday afternoon. John Arnold had tears in his eyes. He said, we've been told to stop, just close the business. And he said, just pick up your things and leave when you're ready. Now we didn't, no golden handshakes, absolute minimum statutory payoff, and so that was really worrying, because the first time I walked straight down to Arnolds and carried on with better pay. This time, nothing. But he said, just stay behind, will you? But what's going on? So I let everybody go. He said, I'm thinking of starting up as a lone trader. He said, take whatever you want. So because tomorrow we're not going to be allowed to touch it because the assessors will be here. So he helped me load the car up. He said, I'm going to start as a lone trader and I want you to kind of do some design work for me. I said, this is a bit dodgy. I really had enough then. Really had enough. And anyway, I did 1 or 2 jobs for him and I got commissions from other people. Another interesting aspect, which I never thought about, is a lady in Potts Wrigley bred goats. She was a farmer, bred goats. And she asked us to do some designs for us at Arnolds. But what she wanted was a white warp, and we did everything on black warps. And she got into the luxury fabric trade for private aircraft, particularly in America, and the luxury yachts. And was actually doing very well. She had a young man who was assisting her for the business side. And we did a bit of weaving for her. And so when Arnold's came to a standstill, she found a firm in Suffolk who were prepared to work for what she did. So I did quite a few designs for her, and I could really let rip, you know, really big designs. And I went down to Suffolk to this mill with her. That was an interesting period. And I was still doing odd jobs for Spurcroft, motor sheds, and Weisters in Darwin in Lancashire, Mason. I did some print designs. So it was getting, money was coming in, but not like having this full-time wage.
Cliff, one of the things I thought was really interesting was that the goat's hair was fire retardant.
Yeah, she used that, but she used a lot of very, all the natural animal fibres. It actually got me into some unusual places. She went into Rolls-Royce because she thought they might be interested in one of her fabrics. Well, they were very interested because they were just going to bring out the golden rolls. And she sent me to go see them, do some artwork for them. So that was great because it made a big fuss on me. I met the manager of the styling department and the manager of the design department, showed me everything, which was absolutely fantastic. And I prepared the potential designs for them and went back after 2 weeks. They said, "You can't have done it yet. We're not used to people doing designs for us. It takes months in these commercial houses." I said, "Well, that's how we work in Macclesfield." Shortly after, the whole thing came to an end. You know, Rolls-Royce were taken over by BMW and moved south to Goodwood, and Volkswagen took over Crew to manufacture so-called Daimlers. And that kept it out, but at least it got me into design studios and I showed around. So that was another little thing. But overall, I could see this was all going to peter out.